You ever feel like college is just one big expensive game of figure it out, but no one gave you the rule book? One day, you're picking a major because it sounds cool, and the next, you're spiraling at 2 a.m., wondering if you've made a terrible mistake. No pressure, right? If you're sitting there thinking, yep, that's me, then this video is exactly what you need. Finding your purpose in college isn't about magically waking up one day with your entire life mapped out. It's about figuring out what excites you, what challenges you, and, most importantly, what doesn't make you want to take a spontaneous gap year every other week. The good news, you don't have to have it all figured out right now, but you can take steps to start uncovering what actually matters to you. And no, this isn't just another follow your passion pep talk. We're going to break it down into real practical steps that'll help you stop feeling lost and start feeling excited about where you're headed. So if you're tired of feeling like you're just drifting through college, stick around. By the end of this video, you'll have a clearer direction and maybe even a little motivation to actually open that planner you bought at the start of the semester. Let's get into it. All right, let's get into it. Finding your purpose in college isn't about having a grand, life-changing epiphany in the middle of your 8 a.m. lecture. It's about taking small, intentional steps that help you figure out what actually excites you and what definitely doesn't. Step 1. Try everything. Within reason, obviously. Here's the thing. Most people don't find their purpose by sitting around thinking about it. They find it by doing things. Join that club, take that weird elective, apply for that internship you feel unqualified for. The more experiences you throw yourself into, the easier it'll be to recognize what energizes you and what makes you want to fake a Wi-Fi outage to escape. Think of it like dating. Except instead of finding the one, you're figuring out what actually clicks with you. And yes, sometimes that means trying something and realizing you absolutely hate it. That's just as important as finding what you love. So go ahead, sign up for something new this semester. Worst case scenario, you get a funny story out of it. Best case, you find something that actually excites you. Step 2, pay attention to what drains you versus what drives you. Not every class, job, or project will be a life-changing experience, but they will give you clues. Do you feel alive when you're working on creative projects, but absolutely dead inside when staring at spreadsheets? Or maybe you love problem solving, but only when it involves real people, not just theoretical equations? These little details matter. Start noticing when you feel the most engaged. When do you lose track of time because you're so into what you're doing? On the flip side, what makes you check the clock every 5 minutes, praying for time to speed up? Your energy levels are trying to tell you something. Pay attention. Step 3, stop obsessing over the one right path. Hot take. There's no one perfect career or life path waiting for you to discover it. Your purpose isn't a hidden treasure. It's something you build over time. And guess what? It can change. You're not locked into the first thing you choose. The pressure to have a perfect step-by-step plan for your future is ridiculous. Some of the most successful people out there had no clue what they were doing in college. Oprah switched majors multiple times. Steve Jobs took a random calligraphy class that later inspired Apple's design. The key is to move forward with something, even if you don't have it all figured out. Step 4. Talk to people who are doing things you find interesting. One of the fastest ways to figure out if something is right for you, talk to people who are already doing it. Reach out to professors, upperclassmen, alumni, or even professionals in fields that spark your interest. Most people love talking about their experiences, and you'd be surprised how much insight you can get from a 15-minute conversation. And don't just ask about the cool parts, ask them what they hate about their job or field. Every career has downsides, and knowing those up front can help you make better decisions. Plus, networking now means future you won't have to panic when graduation rolls around and you need connections. Step 5. Give yourself permission to pivot. Look, you might wake up one day and realize what you thought was your purpose isn't. And that's okay. Changing majors, switching career goals, or even taking a break to figure things out doesn't mean you failed. It means you're learning. Your purpose isn't something you arrive at. It's something you refine over time. So stop stressing about making the perfect choice right now. Focus on what excites you, take action, and let your path unfold as you go. If there's one thing to take away from this, it's this. You don't need to have your entire life figured out right now. College isn't about having all the answers. It's about asking the right questions and being open to exploring different paths. Your purpose isn't some grand, magical revelation. It's a series of small choices that lead you toward the things that light you up. Maybe that means joining a new club, taking a class that sounds interesting, or reaching out to someone in a field you admire. The key is to do something. Because clarity doesn't come from sitting around and overthinking. It comes from action. And hey, if you feel lost, that's normal. Every successful person you admire has felt the same way at some point. The difference? They kept going, kept learning, and kept adjusting. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take the next step. So stop waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect plan. Your future self is already cheering you on. Now go make them proud. All right, now it's your turn. What's one thing you're going to try to get closer to finding your purpose? Drop it in the comments. Whether it's joining a club, reaching out to someone in your dream field, or just finally committing to that one thing you've been putting off, I want to hear about it. If this video helped you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And if you want more content like this, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out. Oh, and if you have a friend who's currently spiraling about their future, do them a favor and send them this video. We're all figuring this out together. See you in the next one.